Rizal was only 16 years old when he fell in love with Segunda Katigbak, who was from Lipa. Rizal, accompanied by Mariano Katigbak, the brother of Segunda, went to Trozo, Manila to visit his grandmother who was close with the family of Segunda.
I've been really trying, babe.
So can you paint a picture of her?
Sure.
Yes, please. Yeah.
My life is brilliant. My life is brilliant.
Unfortunately, Segunda was already engaged to Manuel Luz, and Rizal backed away and did not propose. Rizal was a sophomore at UST and was boarding in the house of Doña Concha Leiva. The Valenzuelas were his next-door neighbor and always welcomed him in their house. He eventually courted Leonor by sending her love notes, which he wrote in invisible ink made from a mixture of water and salt. He taught Leonor how to read his letters by hitting them over a lamp or a candle to allow the words to be seen. Unfortunately, as with his first love, he failed to ask for the lady's hand in marriage. Leonor's father accommodated Rizal when he was starting his third year. Leonor was also the cousin of Rizal. Later on, they eventually became engaged. In Leonor's letters, she signed her name as Taimis in order to hide their intimate relationship from her parents. In the autumn of 1890, Rizal received a letter from Leonor telling him that she was engaged to another man whom her mother chose for her. This broke Rizal's heart deeply. In 1882, when Rizal was a student at the Central University of Madrid in Spain, he often visited the home of Don Pablo, which is the father of Consuelo. Rizal was not really that handsome, but was very talented, and Consuelo was captivated by him. Rizal became lonely in Spain, and he enjoyed Consuelo's vivacious company. He wrote her a poem entitled A la Señorita Consuelo Ortiga y Perez, in which he expressed his great admiration for the lady. But his relationship with Consuelo did not become serious because he backed out for two reasons. First, he was still engaged to Leonor that time, and second, he was aware that his friend liked Consuelo and did not want to ruin their friendship. When Rizal was in Tokyo in 1888, he spotted a pretty Japanese girl walking past the Legion Gate and was captivated by her charm. Rizal waited by the gate one afternoon and introduced herself. They often met and toured around, enjoying the scenery. Rizal was then lonely and definitely enjoyed Osei-san's company. He was her first love. Because of his deep affection for her, Rizal was almost tempted to settle down in Japan, but he was offered a position at the Spanish legation during that time, so he decided to leave Japan, which pained him gravely. In May 1888, Rizal visited London for a short time, boarding in the house of Mr. and Mrs. Beckett. The eldest of all was Gertrude. Gertrude fell in love with Rizal and gave all her attention during the family picnics and gatherings. And on rainy days, when they stayed indoors, she helped him in his painting. Rizal enjoyed her company. Eventually, their flirtatious friendship became a blossoming romance. He called her Getty, and she called him Betty. But he withdrew his relationship with her, telling her that he has a greater mission to attend to. On January 28, 1890, Rizal went to Belgium. There he met Suzanne, the niece of the landlords of the room he was staying in. She was taken by Rizal's charm and provided him good company. He could have flirted with her because he was lonely and Leonor Rivera was far away, but he realized he couldn't deceive her. Suzanne fell in love and wept when Rizal left for Madrid. She wrote to him about her love. In 1891, Rizal took a vacation in Biarritz to get away from his troubles in Madrid. He became a guest at the house of the Boested family. After being grieved by the letter of Leonor Rivera being engaged to another man, he was developed to Nelly. He asked his friends for consent of marrying her. Even Antonio Luna, who previously courted Nelly, approved of their relationship. But Rizal's engagement failed for two reasons. First, Nelly demanded him to be converted. Second, Nelly's mother did not want Rizal for her daughter because of the trouble Rizal was in. Rizal was exiled in Dapitan when he met Josephine. Josephine brought her blind father to Rizal to check on him. They fell in love and after a month they decided to get married. But the priest of the Pitan did not want to marry them because there was no consent from the Bishop of Cebu. When the father of Josephine heard about their engagement, he was enraged at the thought of losing Josephine and tried to kill himself. But then Rizal saw him and prevented it. Josephine left with her blind father after that event to avoid trouble. But she went back to the Pitan and she and Rizal exchanged vows before God.
Today and every day.
They lived together in the Pitan and in the early 1896 they were expecting a baby. Unfortunately, Rizal played a prank on Josephine that frightened her, and she had to undergo premature labor. The child of 8 months lived for 3 hours and was buried in the Pitan. Rizal named him Francisco after his father.